We're going to look at sketching y equals cos 2 theta. So there is going to be a horizontal stretch of some sort or compression. So we have a b value here of 2. That's this number right here. Remember the formula is 2 pi divided by b. So if we take 2 pi divided by 2, our period now is going to be pi. So that means one full pattern is going to happen at a distance of pi now rather than 2 pi. Now, I want to know how far apart my points are going to be. So I would take my period, so therefore pi, and I would divide by 4. And that's how far apart they are. Sometimes I like to write the word apart and just say, well, they're pi by 4 apart. So I have a choice on this scale. I kind of liked how things were spaced out with every second one being pi by 2. And that actually works perfect here because that means each square is pi by 4. So I'm going to keep that same scale here. But I'm going to write in the pi by 4s to help us. So this is pi by 4, pi by 2, 3 pi by 4, pi, you'll notice these sound familiar from the unit circle, 5 pi by 4, 6 pi by 4, which reduces to 3 pi by 2, 7 pi by 4, 8 pi by 4, which of course is just 2 pi. I'm going to continue in the other direction. Not that I need to have every number labeled in here every single time, but I find it's really kind of a helpful tool to help you learn your values along here, and it helps even with the unit circle. So it doesn't hurt for us to put them in. So I'm doing the same thing on the left side here as I'm counting, but I'm just putting in negative signs. All right, my amplitude, there's still just an a value of 1, so we're going to keep that 1 and negative 1. You want to make sure that that is on your scale as well. So cosine still starts at a max, so my max is still here. But now the points are pi by 4 apart. So that means instead of going every 2 squares, which was pi by 2 in all the graphs we were doing previously, we're just going to count 1 square. So I have to go down. So every 1 square, I start to think just in terms of squares here. So I'm not necessarily having to concentrate on my numbers too much. So every 1 square, I go through the median, min, median, max, median, min, median, max. And connect that curve. Again, make sure it's not too much like a V. I know the narrower it gets, the more difficult that is. I'm going to curve that back down around to show that. Now, I still wanted to go to 2 pi. If you chose to stop at 7 pi by 4 and not plot that point here, that's fine because you still have a period. Again, I'm going to go in this direction. I'm starting to get the hang of the pattern, so I'm just going to plot those points rather a little faster. And there we have it. Again, watching that arrowhead. So of course it's going to be symmetrical. Sometimes I'll catch myself, missing a point, and then it kind of stands out when I put the curve in. So I want to point out that the period is pi. So that would mean from max to max. So this distance right here, the period is pi. So like I said, an easy way to graph it is once you know your starting point, you take the period, you divide by 4, and that tells you how far apart to put those other points.